As we approach the end of the high school baseball regular season, we've got senior days across the Northland, including today out in Proctor, where the Rails hosted Moose Lake Willow River. A sunny senior day over at Terry Eggerdahl Field for both of these squads. We start in the top of the second. Alize Yoki on the mound today for the Rails. He gets the swinging strikeout to end the inning, and we're still scoreless until Moose Lake gets up to bat again. Ashton Holt hits a ground ball past the diving shortstop for a single. And then later in the inning with runners on the corners, the one on first bolts for second. Then he finds himself in the old school pickle in between first and second base. But while all this madness is happening, a Rebels runner actually crosses home plate and scores to give Moose Lake the lead. This one actually required extra innings where the Rebels able to take the 3-2 victory in 8 innings. And it was even warmer out in Cloquet today. The Lumberjacks hosting the North Branch Vikings. Ben Hergis with the first offense of the afternoon. Right in the deep left field. Clayton Nephew will cross home. He gives the Vikings the lead. Now they have runners on the corners, but Cloquet's Jackson Peterson comes up with that diving catch to end the inning. Now it's Adam Hulls in the batter's box. His pop fly goes with the wind and somehow stays fair. That runner from third makes it all the way home to tie it up at 1. The Lumberjacks grab another in the second, and they take home the home victory 4-2 over North Branch.